Welcome to the European Capitals of Democracy initiative. It's a great pleasure for me in my role as Vice President for Democracy and Demography in the European Commission to be the patron of the launch of this exciting new initiative. I would have wished to do it in person, but it will be for another time, once circumstances allow. I am very passionate about this idea of a European Capital of Democracy. It is an honor for me to pledge my support here today to help the European Capital of Democracy flourish and grow in the years to come. At this time of extraordinary hardship and uncertainty, seeing this initiative taking shape and reaffirming the crucial role of our cities as strongholds of democracy is particularly reassuring and promising. My objective from day one in my current role is to invest all my energy in citizen engagement and to contribute to boosting their participation at all levels of policy making. This is also the reason why I have been conducting multiple citizens' dialogues all over the European Union over the last year. It's only through direct engagement and deliberation that we can successfully and constructively go through the green and digital transition, but also manage and learn from the demographic change that is ultimately affecting the very way we live together. And there is no better way to do that than on the level closest to our citizens, our cities. With this initiative, we are going back to the very origins of democracy, to the level for which democracy was initially imagined and conceptualized, the polis. A city that evaluates its own democratic track record is a city that prioritizes the essence of the principle of democracy in its decision-making processes. As a former mayor myself, I know all too well what an important role cities and local authorities play deep in the fabric of our European democracy. Initiatives like this one keep democracy at the forefront of people's minds. This is significant. A city that promotes democracy is a city that facilitates the involvement and participation of citizens in the implementation of democracy. Crucially, the European Capital of Democracy project has the potential to bring democracy closer to the citizens. I can only welcome and support such initiatives. I applaud the idea that a jury of 10,000 citizens, representative of European population, will select the winner, and I look forward to the results. Democracy is one of the founding values of the European Union. A new push for European democracy is one of this Commission's priorities under President von der Leyen. This initiative gives visibility to the importance of democracy and the need to constantly protect and develop it. A well-functioning democracy is based on a relationship of trust. Prior to COVID-19 and during my listening tour of the European Union, I was regularly mentioning that citizens' trust in democracy cannot and should not ever be taken for granted. We must find different ways to get to know our citizens better at all levels, local, regional, national, and European, so that we can connect better with citizens, to establish trust, to establish solidarity, to have an honest and open debate. We must do this because democracy is having a hard time these days. People feel left behind. What do they blame? They blame democracy itself. COVID-19 is itself putting additional pressure on democracy, but democracy is still the best answer to our problems. Listening to people, answering their concerns, and adjusting our policies to the needs of our citizens, whoever and wherever they are. There is nothing better. Still, we need to improve ways democracy and our own policy initiatives respond to citizens' needs. In my capacity as Vice President for Democracy, I intend to do it also through the Conference on the Future of Europe as another opportunity to connect with citizens. For this to work, especially in these times of the pandemic, we need to use all tools at our disposal, especially digital solutions. This exercise in deliberative democracy, first at the European level, is more relevant than ever before, especially in the current context. Our society has changed. We therefore need new thinking. We cannot solve the new problems with outdated ways of looking at the world. Politics is no longer business as usual. The Conference on the Future of Europe is a sign of new thinking at the European Union level. It complements representative democracy and can increase trust in our democratic institutions. Let me conclude by saying how much I cherish this valuable and necessary initiative. It has the potential to reach into all corners of European Union. Together, let us make it an inspiration for the future of democracy and for the future of our European Union as a whole. See you soon, and long life to the European capitals of democracy.